Welcome to the latest episode of Weekly Insights with Joanie. And the material for this entire series is edited excerpts from my two new online courses for udemy.com, Finding True Love and Drive Through Make It Your Own. And this is the 6th episode of our 9-part series where we're talking about the 7 myths of love and happiness. And this myth today is the myth of aging. The myth of aging establishes and reinforces the belief that aging is an ugly, painful, and distasteful disease. The narrative of this myth is that if you are not of an acceptable age for what constitutes true love and beauty, you are perceived as unattractive and easily discarded. This narrative triggers unconscious patterns of feeling abandoned, which then amplifies the effects of the other 7 myths of love and happiness. The myth of aging is false, but the narrative is so pervasive that it feels true for younger people as well as older people. So let's look now at what can be done about that to negate this horrible impression and narrative that aging is a disease. The myth of aging affects all ages and generations by creating a compelling illusion of scarcity that distorts who you can be, what you can do, and what you can achieve at specific periods of your life. This establishes and then reinforces an ongoing battle between younger and older generations. In doing so, the belief in the myth of aging creates a perfect storm of self-doubt, which feeds into unworthiness, dissatisfaction, and unhappiness. Therefore, the fear of getting older and losing what you believe youth gives to you redirects your focus from your present moment to either the past or the future. Either way, you are temporarily separated from your true, authentic self. When this happens, your sense of self-worth is deflated and a victim mindset sets in. When this happens, the myth of aging distracts you from your inner pain by influencing you to seek for love, happiness, and gratification outside of you. These distractions include, but are not limited to, manipulating how your body looks, unhealthy work habits, chasing after idealized relationships, pursuing materialistic goals, self-medicating on toxic consumptions. I want to ask a simple question. Where and when did this myth of aging happen, and how did it so greatly influence us? As it is with all the 7 myths of love and happiness, the myth of aging was introduced to us as children. The irony with this myth, however, is that when we were young, we yearned to be older. We believed adults had all the power and got to do what they wanted. Somewhere along our path in life, getting older was not perceived as something to look forward to, but something to resist. Behind all of these are the beliefs and stories adults buy into as being unchangeable. These beliefs and stories are forced onto the young and impressionable minds of the youth. For example, starting with my generation and leading up to today's youth, the media sells you on the virtues of youth. Then, as each generation gets older, another narrative about age is sold to us. This narrative is based on the idea that getting older is a disease. Oh, as you can see, as far as we've gotten into this episode, everyone is affected by the myth of aging. So let's look now at what we can do to combat that. To untangle yourself from the influence of the myth of aging, first requires an understanding how it distorts your perception about yourself. From that level of awareness, you can begin to reframe your perceptions of aging through self-love. Most wouldn't immediately see a connection between age and self-love. Yet, when you reframe your perception of what aging means, you can reframe your perception of self-love. For example, consider the critically disapproving dialogue you have with yourself as you look at your reflection in a mirror. Now, shift that dialogue to a new, more empowering narrative by honoring and loving all of who you are at every stage of your life. This is about establishing consistent self-love practices and daily self-care routine. The key to this is celebrating your youthful essence every day, no matter what your age is. To help you integrate what you're learning, I'm guiding you now through 3 powerful journal prompts. Create some time after this episode to journal your answers to the following questions. 1. What are some of the ways the myth of aging has distracted you from your authentic self by creating feelings of being unloved and undervalued? And 2, what limiting beliefs about aging are you willing to courageously look at and let go of that will open the floodgates of true love, happiness, fulfillment in your life? And 3, in what ways can you celebrate your age through self-love practices and self-care routines? To further help you solidify what we've been learning today, I want to guide you through 10 powerful and important affirmations that you should say every day to yourself. When you see aging as negative, see yourself as the ageless wonder you truly are and say the following. I am ageless. I am forever young. I am safe to love all of who I am. I am open to a new vision of myself. I am always connected to true love. I perceive life with clarity and kindness. I see myself through the eyes of love. I see imperfections with appreciation. I follow my intuition about who I am, and I'm open to the wisdom of my life experiences. Thank you so much for watching this episode. In the next episode, we're going to cover the myth of physical beauty. And for more information on my acclaimed online courses, Finding True Love and Drive Through Make It Your Own, visit udemy.com and you could sign up today. And until we meet again, remember every morning to look into your mirror, smile at yourself and say, I am my own best friend, for I came into this world to be myself. For that I came. Thank you and all my best.